All right, so a couple weeks ago, Auxito reached out to me and they're wondering if I want to try their new LED headlights. Now, my plan was to check them out and to compare them to my already installed Auxbeam headlights. However, my driver's side Auxbeam headlight went out. It's perfect timing, eh? Let's throw those new ones in. Now this should be relatively easy. They're just plug and play. So let's open the box up and see what they sent over. Up first, looks like they give you a user manual. Actually comes with a pair of gloves because you're not supposed to touch those headlight bulbs. There's your user manual, and then we also got some zip ties and some adhesive, it looks like. And at the bottom of the box, you obviously get your headlights. So let's take off some of this paneling and then get these installed. Shouldn't take too long. All right, so we're gonna be replacing these ones right here. So just have a little wiring harness, pulls out pretty easy, and then this should be just a little turn. All right, those are out. Doesn't get easier than that. Maybe I should put the gloves on for this. My hands are already dirty, so whatever. It's actually kind of nice. It's negative 15 degrees today, so provides a bit of heat. So initially, if you can't tell, definitely a good size difference. Let's throw these in. And that's in. Done. Easiest install ever. Now let's do the same thing on the driver's side. Driver's side's a little more difficult because you got the battery in the way, but you could also remove the battery. I just don't feel like it right now. Amazing. That's it. All right, let's test them out. They work. Well, that install took about 2 seconds, and since I can't compare them with the Auxbeam bulbs, well, let's do a quick review next time we go camping. All right, welcome back. We are headed off to the mountains now. We are doing a bit of camping tonight, and I thought this is probably the perfect time to talk about these lights. So Auxito sent out the H11 series light bulbs for me to test out. I've been daily driving them on highway, city, and now we're going off-road. For a huge chunk of the year, the days are super short. If you work a 9 to 5, you're commuting in the dark both ways. Halogen headlights just don't cut it anymore, especially in rain or the snow or even just unlit roads. Upgrading to LEDs aren't just about looks, it's also about safety. If you drive any country roads, back roads, or just highways outside the city, visibility matters. Being able to see wildlife earlier, like deer or moose, gives you more time to react, especially on highways. So right from the beginning of the video, I mentioned I was running the Auxbeam LED bulbs before these. They were much better compared to the halogen bulbs, but in today's standards, it wasn't really cutting it. After about 2 years of daily driving, the driver's side bulb went out, and leading up to that, they were flickering as well. So these Auxitos are a direct replacement and a noticeable step up from what I had before. As you saw, the install was super easy. They're just plug and play, no wiring, no error codes, and no flickering so far. And right away I noticed that the new bulbs were a lot cleaner, much more controlled than my old Auxbeam headlights. So getting into some of the specs here, Auxito rates these lights at 18,000 lumens per bulb. So you're doubling that with both your headlights. So that comes to 36,000 lumens. But what actually matters is how usable that light is, and that comes down to the beam pattern. They're noticeably brighter than the Auxbeams, and they're not just blasting light everywhere. Haven't been flashed by anybody I passed, so that tells me that the cutoff is doing its job. The color temperature of the lights are 6,500 Kelvin, which is more of a cool white. I think it's kind of the sweet spot. It looks really nice, and I have it paired up with my amber ditch lights, so I have best of both worlds. As good as they do on-road, they really excel off-road, and this is where it shines for my setup. In different off-road conditions, you get wide, usable light, especially on the trail edges. It's definitely a big confidence boost when you're driving remote roads in the dark, like we are right now. So far, I've had zero issues with them. No flickering, no dash lights, and no weird behavior in super cold weather. Auxito did send these out, but they're not paying me to make this review, so this is based on 100% my personal experience. If you're still running halogens or maybe some dimmer LEDs, I would definitely recommend these headlights. They're a solid upgrade. So if you're looking to purchase these headlight bulbs or any other products that Auxito sells, you can check them with the link in the description down below. And you can also use code ORC15 for 15% off your entire order. I do get a small commission off that, and all that money goes back in the channel. So if you're looking to support the channel, that's the best way. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.